Attention passionate Detroit, Lions fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Detroit Lions' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Detroit Lions fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRIENDS and Detroit LIONS fans. Let's get to the news, so, folks, buckle up because the NFL rumor mill is buzzing with some serious talk that's got Lions fans on the edge of their seats. Word is, there's a potential blockbuster trade brewing between the Denver Broncos and the Detroit Lions, and it might just reshape the landscape of the NFC North and even the entire NFC. Now I know what you're thinking. What could possibly be so game-changing? Well, it centers around Patrick Surtain, the Broncos' star cornerback, and his possible move to Detroit. And let me tell you, if this deal goes through, it's not just a splash. It's a seismic shift that could elevate the Lions' defense to new heights and bolster our chances of making another deep playoff push, maybe even snagging that elusive Super Bowl title. Now, let's break this down because it's not just about acquiring a talented CB. It's about what Surtain brings to the table and how he fits into Detroit's plans. The Broncos, sitting at 4-9 with a tight cap situation, around $5.3 million, are in a rebuild mode over in the AFC West. They're looking for cap relief, especially to extend some of their young talents like Bo Nix, who's been developing nicely, and to get some draft capital that can help accelerate their rebuilding process. Denver's management is also wary about the long-term durability of Surtain, especially considering his injury history. He's missed only one game this season with a hamstring issue. But durability is always a concern when you're talking about a player at his position. From the Lions' perspective, leading the NFC North at 11-3 with a healthy cap space of around $20 million, this move makes a ton of sense. Detroit's secondary has been a mix of young talent and some injuries, with Brian Branch currently on IR due to an Achilles injury and Kirby Joseph dealing with a setback in his knee, possibly ending his season early. Adding Surtain, a true lockdown corner, could be the centerpiece that transforms our secondary from good to elite. Just think about it. Surtain's career stats are impressive, over 300 tackles, 15 interceptions, and a PFF grade consistently above 83. That's elite-level production. And in 2025, he played 14 games, snagging 5 interceptions for 75 yards, along with 20 pass breakups. His ability to shut down top receivers is exactly what the Lions need to take their defense to the next level, especially considering how much we've struggled against big-time WRs this season. This potential trade echoes some of the biggest moves in recent NFL history. Think about Jalen Ramsey moving to the Dolphins, or the Seahawks boosting their secondary with Metcalf. Surtain's addition would be a game-changer for Detroit. His coverage stats are outstanding. His opposing quarterback completion percentage allowed is down by roughly 15%, and he's responsible for creating more turnovers, adding plus 11 in turnovers this season alone. That's the kind of impact that can swing games, especially in high-stakes playoff battles. And let's not forget, this isn't just a move for the present, it's about building a dynasty. Surtain, at just 25 years old, is already considered an elite corner, and his presence would be a mentor to our younger corners, especially someone like Arnold, who's been developing nicely but still has room to grow. His leadership and experience would be invaluable, especially in high-pressure playoff games. Imagine him lining up against NFC's top receivers. Think about how many passes he'd break up and how many interceptions he could generate, changing the trajectory of our defense for years to come. Now, what exactly are the Broncos after? Well, they're looking to bolster their offensive line with some youth and to free up cap space to keep key players like Sutton. They're reportedly cautious about Surtain's durability, but their main goal is to get draft picks, perhaps a first-rounder and a second-rounder in 2026. That can help them accelerate their rebuild. They're also considering drafting a young corner like Will Johnson, which shows they're considering their long-term defensive plans. Still, the Lions have the cap space and the need to make a splash, especially after a season where our defense, despite some bright spots, has been vulnerable against top-tier WRs and big plays. For Detroit, this trade isn't just about boosting our secondary. It's about sending a message that we're serious about competing at the highest level. The potential upgrade in coverage could reduce the EPA per pass from roughly -0.7 to a more dominant -0.16, meaning fewer yards allowed per pass and more confidence in our pass defense. Yards after catch allowed on deep routes could drop by around 25%, which is huge, especially when you consider how much teams like the Packers and other NFC contenders rely on explosive plays through the air. It's reminiscent of the Seahawks' boost with Metcalf last year. Adding a player like Certain could give us that extra edge needed in close playoff games. Looking at the bigger picture, this move could also have a significant impact on our overall record and playoff positioning. If Certain joins us, it's reasonable to project an increase of about 17 wins in the regular season, pushing us closer to that coveted 12-win mark and improving our chances of clinching a top seed. That translates directly into better field position, more home games, and a stronger shot at making a Super Bowl run. Imagine our defense, already allowing just under 20 points per game, becoming even stingier. What a nightmare for opposing offenses. His presence alone could boost our turnover margin, leading to more short fields for Goff and the offense, and amplifying our scoring potential. And speaking of Goff, the improved secondary could elevate his EPA per target from around 0.15 to 0.20, giving him more opportunities to operate efficiently. The synergy between a lockdown corner and our pass rush would be undeniable. Plus, with the added coverage help, our defense could finally match the high-scoring nature of our offense, which is led by Goff's impressive play. The Lions' attack has been solid all season, but with a more formidable secondary, we could see even more field position advantages, setting up Goff and the offense to put up points in bunches. Now, looking at the Super Bowl odds, this move could be a game-changer in that regard. Currently, the Lions are sitting at plus 1,800, but with the addition of Certain, those odds could plummet to around plus 800. That's a massive jump, signaling that Las Vegas and the betting market see us as serious contenders. Certain's playoff experience and knack for clutch plays, 8 career interceptions after just a few seasons, could be the X factor in those deep postseason runs. Remember, he's the kind of player who can change the course of a game with a timely pick or a crucial pass breakup, especially against high-powered offenses like the Packers, who are still formidable in the NFC. This potential trade isn't just about one player, it's about what it represents for the Lions' culture and identity. Building a truly dominant defense with a leader like Certain could reignite the era of the great Detroit defenses of the past, reminiscent of the 2014 squad that made the playoffs and gave us so many memorable moments. It's about creating a defensive identity, one that strikes fear into NFC quarterbacks and makes the Lions a true threat to reach the Super Bowl again. Imagine the legacy we could be building, with Certain anchoring our secondary for the next several years, mentoring our young guns, and elevating the entire defense to elite status. So, Lions fans, it's a tantalizing prospect, and it's happening right now in the rumor mill. This kind of move could define our season, and maybe even our franchise history. It's the type of bold, aggressive move that we've been waiting for, and if it comes to fruition, it could be the catalyst that pushes Detroit over the top and into that Super Bowl spotlight we all dream of. The NFC is getting more competitive, but with players like Certain, we can stand toe-to-toe with anyone. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Detroit Lions news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Now I want to hear from you, Lions fans. What do you think about this potential blockbuster? Are you excited about the possibility of Certain donning the Honolulu blue? Do you believe this move could finally give us the elite defense we've been craving? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion means everything to us and to the Lions. This is a team that thrives on community and passion, and your voice is a big part of that. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, more insights, and more Lions news, so stay tuned because the best is yet to come. Let's keep backing our team, stay loud, stay proud, and let's make this season one to remember. Go Lions!